Hello again. I am Bane, and I'm on an adventure. Woo-hoo. Folks, y'all's witnessing a mistake. This weekend, I'm on the Greenbrier River Trail in West Virginia, and when I climbed out of my car this morning, it was 12 degrees. And it ain't getting much warmer. I don't think the high for the weekend gets above freezing. And I'm laughing now because I don't know what else to do. Because I'm pretty sure this is a huge mistake. So we started in Caldwell, which is mile 3, by the way. The trail is marked from the original rail line markers. So we started in Caldwell. We're going to go to Cass, which is on the north terminus of the trail, and then we're going to bike back down to Caldwell. We're not doing that in one day, folks. So the trail is about 77 miles long, heading up to Cass. Folks, it is January 2026. Believe it or not, my bike adventures actually started on the Greenbrier Trail in May of 2023. So about 2.5 years ago, coming up on 3, I came out for the first time and I bike camped really here on the Greenbrier Trail. And it was my first trip. I started in Caldwell, went to Cass, and came back. It was much warmer then. In 2024, in February, I tried to bike the trail again, and I was on my Trek 520, which has 38mm tires, which is fine for this trail until it snows. So my second attempt, I made it to Marlinton the first day, and then the second day, it was supposed to snow a little bit overnight and be done by the time I woke up. But it was still snowing when I woke up, and it kept on snowing. And I didn't make it to Cass. I had to turn around and try to get back. The snow was too much for my tires. Now, oddly enough, same scenario. Tonight there's a chance of snow. About the same as there was the last time. But I am on the Bruzer this weekend. And the Bruzer has 2.6-inch fat tires. So, unless it's real bad, we should be able to get through the snow. That is, assuming I don't tap out over the cold weather. Now, one issue camping in the cold like this is it's real hard to regulate your temperature. You got to stay warm, but also stay dry. I'm trying not to get sweaty. Anyways, that's enough blabbing for now. I'm not sure how much blabbing I'm going to get to. One thing about biking this time of year, all the green stuff has died, and you get a much better look at the river. Anyways, on we go, folks. On we go. Sun's trying to come out. Not sure what direction these clouds are going. Other than being extremely cold, we might be in for a pretty day. Pitt Potty fell. This is the campsite between mile 20 and 21. They have these pit potties along the trail at a lot of the campsites, and a tree landed on this one. You know, I suppose you could still use it if you wanted to risk it. I saw this online. So I knew that there had been a tree down. Yeah, that's a good sized tree. Starts over, where's my finger? Over here. Had me a bagel for lunch. I was gonna put peanut butter on it, but frankly it's cold and I don't want to mess with it. The peanut butter is probably frozen. So I'm gonna have a bagel and some cookies and head on out. Pretty slow. I got a lot of weight on me. I packed a lot of extra batteries because of the weather. I'm probably going to get a room. I might not, but right now I'm thinking I'm going to get a room. I'm thinking it's pretty dumb to be out here. It was 11 degrees this morning when I took off. It's 24 now, and it's not going to get any warmer than that. Anyways, on we go. Started down here, froze, still freezing, and we're here. And we're trying to get to here. Not quite halfway yet. I always wonder why I'm doing this. You know, like I feel like I really need to complete the entire trail. This trip started off in Type 2 fun immediately. If you're not questioning why you're doing something and coming up with excuses to get out of it, not Type 2 fun. But if you're out wondering why you're doing it, if you're coming up with excuses to quit, thinking about different things you could do instead, you probably riding along in Type 2 fun. Anyways, it's like 1 o'clock. I know I started by 9. I'm going to be riding in the dark today. I already know it. I'm moving real slow. I don't even think I'm videoing that much. Multiple times I thought, well, I'll try to camp right here where I'm at, and then I'll make it back to my car in the morning. Also, it would be quicker for me to turn around and get back to my car now than it would to get to Marlinton. I've thought of that for the past 10 miles. I'm looking at the mile marker 25, which means I'm 23 miles in. We're going to mile 56. So I got 31 miles left. And I've gone 23 in about 4 hours. real slow. Anyways, if I'm lucky, I can get a room. If not, I'll probably be in trouble. On we go, folks. Well, this bridge is at mile 26, and looks like they're resurfacing it. This is not a public bridge. This is a private bridge going to a private residence, but there's no sign today. So let's walk up here. Don't think I want to walk all the way across. This is a suspension bridge hung up by cables. Out here goofing off. I'm gonna be biking into Marlinton in the dark. I'm pretty sure this used to be marked as a private bridge, but maybe it's not private now because they've got a bed and breakfast across the creek or across the river. I don't know. Seems like a good excuse to walk up there and have a look-see while there's no sign saying not to. Oh man, the rascal. I'm a rascal. On we go. Droop Mountain. Big old icicles. This is a pretty neat tunnel. Hand carved out of the rock, but then at some point, at least on this end, they framed it in with this wooden frame. Pretty unique. I don't know if you can see them. Lots of icicles in here. I haven't taken off any layers, so I've not gotten any warmer. The cold set in some time ago. I'm just trying to keep moving. I put one of those hot hands on my foot because my toes was getting pretty cold, painfully cold. Anyways, we're at mile 31, which means we're 28 miles in. We're past the halfway point from the southern terminus to Marlinton is 53 miles. So, got about 25 to go. I am set on getting a room if I make it to Marlinton. A lot of exciting stuff going on. The channel has grown quite a bit. Actually, this morning, when we took off, I was 5 subscribers away from 4,000 subscribers. So, this weekend, if not this evening, but by the end of the weekend, we'll probably hit 4,000 subscribers. I guess when you see this, we'll likely be past the 4,000 subscribers mark. Hopefully. And that puts us halfway to our goal of 5,000. Back when I hit 3,000, I said that once we hit 5,000 subscribers, I'll get a real camera. We're gonna do that. That's the goal. And I don't know how much I'll actually use the camera itself on the bike, but it'll be really good for getting critters and stuff. So when I get the camera, I'm probably gonna take another trip down to Cades Cove and the Smokies. See if we can find some critters.
critters.
Seebert, mile 46. Don't think you're getting any supplies here if you're a moron here out in the wintertime, because they're seasonal. 10 miles left to get to Marlinton, and I called. I'm getting a room. It's too cold and I'm damp. More when we get to the room, folks. Alright folks, I'm at the Greenbrier Grill and Lodge, which is in Marlinton, right on the river. Oddly enough, or funny enough, it's the same place I stayed at on my second attempt of the trail when I got snowed out. We're in the exact same scenario right now. So the last time I did this, there was a chance of snow the evening I pulled in, but it was supposed to stop snowing by the time I woke up. Tonight there's a chance of snow, but it's supposed to stop before I get up and get going. Pretty moist when I pulled into Marlinton. Had I not been moist, I would have probably stopped 10 miles ago and camped. Really wore me out getting into town. I don't know how you bike and stay warm without getting moist. It was 11 degrees, between 11 and 12 when I got started. It got up to 28 degrees when I got into town. And it's going to start dropping immediately. So I could have camped, but if I camped, I'd have been miserable. I feel I'm pretty cheap, but you guys have been really supportive. So normally it's hard for me to justify spending any money to stay somewhere or to eat, but you guys have been really supportive the past couple of months. So I'm spoiling myself and taking out the risk of dying. I'm not sure how I would manage camping in this kind of weather. I've camped in 14 degrees before, but when I did that, it was just an overnight, and it was only 8 miles at most. So I biked in, and I camped. I didn't bike long enough to get sweaty. And then the next morning when I left, I just wore my camp clothes with me when I left. I have the clothes I'm wearing, and I have my camp clothes. And I can't wear my camp clothes if I can't bike in my camp clothes. Does that make sense? I need my camp clothes to be dry. Anyways, all that to justify spending money on a hotel. Folks, the memberships are on. I don't like paywalls, so the memberships is just a way for YouTube to push my content and for you guys to support the channel. There's nothing in the members area that requires you to be in the members area. All of my content will be available to everybody. Members area just gets it a week earlier. Also, I created a mailing list for the members area. I might cut this out because I mentioned this earlier. Anyways, I appreciate y'all sticking around.
We just hit 4,000 subscribers. We're halfway to the 5,000 goal. I gotta start saving money for a camera. I don't know what we're doing. Denise mentioned doing a big group adventure ride. Doozer did some big ride, I don't know, South America somewhere. I can't afford that, and I ain't big enough to get free rides. I'm 100% certain that Doozer's trip was free to advertise the company. Anyways, maybe something shorter and then the States, like an overnight bike trip. I don't know. Maybe the Pine Creek Rail Trail. That's like 60 miles. Or the Greenbrier. Like if we went one way, started in Cass and rode to Caldwell. I don't know. I'm spitballing. Maybe we could get one of these bed and breakfasts halfway down the trail. That'd be fun. Anyways, just spitballing. I don't know. Good night. I might blab some more in the room. Rail car and a caboose. Now this poor caboose has seen its better days and it needs restored real bad. Good morning, everybody. It is day 2 on the Greenbrier Trail. I intended on camping on this trip, but I'm still trying to figure out how to keep from getting sweaty while also not freezing to death. And yesterday, when I got service, I got a winter weather warning on the weather app saying extreme cold weather would bring more snow. And that was a good excuse to get a room. To be honest, I was getting the room before I saw the warning. Just because I was moist and I needed to get my clothes dry. And because it was 25 degrees when I rolled into town. Now, this morning is actually warmer than it was yesterday.
Yesterday when I got started, it was 12 degrees. And today it's like 25 already. And I am getting a late start. Rolling out of Marlinton now at 9:30 in the morning. We're heading up to Cass. There's still a chance of snow this morning, but so far so good. We're heading to Cass. Anyways, just getting started this morning. We're gonna go to Cass and then come back to Marlinton this evening. I got the room again tonight. Since I'm in the room, I left all my bags in the room, so I don't have any of my panniers on me. All the camping stuff is back in the room. Maybe it'll be a little easier rolling today. Anyways, I'm gonna go, folks. Like and subscribe, follow along. That's ice floating in the river. You know it's cold when moving water starts freezing. Don't know how well you can see it. critters out here. It's still snowing. Wasn't supposed to still be snowing, but that's what happened last time I got snowed out. I'm moving real slow. I'm like 10 miles in today in 2 hours. Part of that's because I'm filming, but anyways. Saw a bald eagle, but it was too high up for me to get anything out of it. I saw him when I was coming out of the Sharps tunnel this morning. I don't know how well you can see this. It's fresh snow. Something has walked through the snow after it started snowing, and then it got snowed over. It's too big to be a dog, and it ain't people feet. Might be a bear out here. It's hard to tell with the way the snow's laid down. I don't know what else it'd be. Well, let's see if we run into this bear. I don't see the tracks. They come across this bridge. I don't see him here, but there's some part of it here is not snow covered, so. I don't know if bears are out this time of year, but I think it's a bear. Folks, I want to see a bear, but I don't want a bear encounter. There's a difference. Sun's poking out a little bit. Got some blue skies up here. Makes for quite a pretty scene. caboose. Well, folks, I made it to Cass. I'm pretty cold. I was in a pretty good today until I realized how long it took me to get up here. It took me like 4.5 hours to get up here. Now, I had a hot dog and something to drink while I was here. And I was going to roll around. I was going to roll up the track some and video some of the rail cars. But I'll be honest, I'm freezing and it's going to be dark by the time I get back as it is. I'd be real tempted to call and get a ride up out of here. But I lost my dang hat on the trail. I think I know where I lost it at. So I'm going to ride back to try to find it. Anyways, probably ain't going to do much videoing on the way back. I got to get going. It's cold. Like and subscribe. Follow along. And on we go. Found my hat. Not where I thought it was. Found my hat. I've had this hat for a long time. I've lost it on the trail before, hiking, and had someone see it and recognize it and mail it back to me. I lost it on the ferry once in the Outer Banks, and it almost blew off the ferry. And I was running towards it, and I'm pretty dumb. I think had it blown off the ferry, I might have jumped over to get it. Lord only knows what kind of issue that would have caused. I ain't that great of a swimmer. Anyways, got about 20 miles left back to Marlinton. It's 3:15, a little over 2 hours before it's dark. I got the room again tonight, so I'm not worried about camping. I was half contemplating, once I get back to Marlinton, trying to get a ride back to Caldwell to get my car, instead of biking the rest of the way down tomorrow. And that would free up tomorrow. Maybe I'd do something else, but I ain't sure. Anyways, I don't want to film too much more on the way back to Marlinton. I might. I need to get back. Like and subscribe, folks. We cracked 4,000 yesterday. We hit 5,000. I'm gonna buy a real camera. And I'll be honest, I don't know if it's gonna do much for me. I want a real camera to film the critters. Thanks for watching, folks. Stick around. Just getting started in 2026. The plans are starting to unfold. On we go. There's a critter over here. Funny enough, this field was full of critters. One of these past trips. Oh man.
that guy. Giant freaking rats is what they are. What's up, dude? Creepy ass thing. Oh, that's potty language. What's up? Critter. Man, these things are ugly. He'd be hibernating or something. Trying to growl at me right as he started growling as soon as I turned the camera off. What a turd. Where you going, buddy? I'm gonna be filming this guy and get ate by a bear or something. Where you going, fella? Alright, I'll leave you alone. You're not super entertaining. I don't really like possums. I do like critters, though. Folks, I'm exhausted. I got about 6 miles to get back to Marlinton. I think when I get back to Marlinton, I'm going to see if Chuck at Appalachian Sports can give me a ride back to my car. Not sure what I'm going to do. I got the room for this evening, but I'm pretty exhausted. I might find something to get into tomorrow, or I might just drive home this evening. I don't really know. I wonder if it's the cold weather zaps the energy out of you. There's not been a lot of snow, but I can tell a difference in the resistance with the snow too. The ground's a little soft as well. Am I making excuses for being a lazy bum? I don't know, maybe. Anyways, I'm gonna get off here before it gets dark while I just stand here blabbing. I don't know if anybody can hear me. I'm at the only place that's open in town on a Saturday off season. The Old Tavern Inn. Old Tavern, I don't know. The Old Tavern Pub. I'm trying to get some wings and then I'm out of here. The DJ is the owner. I don't know if I'm going to use any of this footage. That's right, folks. I made it back to Marlinton. So, I made it back to Marlinton. I called Chuck with Appalachian Sport. And I drug him out of his peaceful, I don't know, he was home, done for the day. And I got a ride from Marlinton back to Caldwell. And got my car and then drove back to Marlinton. Because I got this room for a night. So I'm pretty exhausted. I guess I still need to figure out these kind of hours in the wintertime. I'm wearing glasses to cover my eyes up, but they're still getting blurry. Especially towards the end of the day from the cold air. So I rode from Caldwell to Marlinton, bailed on camping and got a hotel or a room. Woke up this morning and biked to Cass and back. It took me a lot longer than I expected to get to Cass. I think it was like 5 hours. That's counting eating a hot dog when I got to Cass. That's a long time. It's only like 25 miles from here. and it didn't take me. It was about the same getting back. I didn't film very much on the way back. I was pretty wore out too. But I made it back. I decided that would be it for the trip. I don't know how many miles. I'm going to crash here. I'm not sure what I'm doing tomorrow. I got a Appalachian Sports opens at 10. I got to stop by and pay them. I might poke around town. I might stop in the Greenbrier Glades on the way out of here. I don't know. Anyways, this time of year, like any other rail trail's soft. These 2.6 inch tires were not needed though, and they added a lot of resistance to the already resistance of the trail. Or maybe I just am horrible shape and I'm tired. Anyways, the Greenbrier Rail Trail is a destination trail. It's awesome. Now, it's 77 miles from one end to the other. There's about a 1% grade going from south to north. So you're rolling uphill, up the river from Caldwell to Cass. And of course, from Cass to Caldwell, you'd be going down. If there is a preferred section of the trail, it's from Cass to Marlinton. It's awesome. Denise mentioned doing like some group adventure. Not a group ride, but like a group adventure. I don't know if anybody's watching this, if they'd be interested, but feedback would be good. Maybe on the Greenbrier or maybe the Pine Creek Rail Trail. I don't know, like bike end to end and maybe camp or something. If you're still watching this, let me know what you think. That's it for this adventure, folks. I'm going to bed. Oh, I got food at the, let's see where it was I got food at. I got food at the Old Tavern Inn. It's the only place open past 9 o'clock on a Saturday. Good night. Good night, y'all. Until next time, follow along. This is some quality content. Like and subscribe.
Bane is the most awesome dude ever.